उस पावर में ये सब बातें हैं जो कब प्रेम का रूप इमर्ज है।
And everything is merged in this power to such an
मिली हुई,
extent they're all combined, they're all met together.
लाइट,
And
अभी
that
जो हम
is
लाइट
light.
रूप कहते हैं वो लाइट इन सब शक्तियों स्वरूप से मिली हुई है।
So when we talk about light, we're talking about the form of all of these things that have come together. Peace and love and bliss and knowledge.
कोई भी कभी एकदम हमें साइलेंस अच्छी लगती है, उसमें भी देखेंगे आपका चेहरा खुशनुमा रहेगा।
Let's say sometimes you like this experience of just sitting in silence. Just observe at that time, your face will appear to be very, cheerful,
और
smiling.
ऐसी स्टेज में अगर कोई आपके सामने आता है, आप उसको भी उसी रूप से देखें।
And whilst you're in that stage, anybody who comes in front of you, you will look at them in that way.
और बड़ी साइलेंस से,
And with a lot of silence,
peaceful and smiling face से उसको देखते हैं।
you will continue to look at them with a peaceful
और
and
अंदर बड़ी
smiling
खुशी
face.
होगी।
And inside you'll experience a lot of happiness. Daddy, one question.
शशि बहन, what do you think?
प्रश्न है शशि बहन?
नींद करने।
दादी, मन की बात, जब योग में बैठते हैं तो सभी कहते हैं मेरा मन तंग होता है. When we sit for yoga, people experience distress from their own mind. You say when we sit and we experience soul consciousness, then naturally in that feeling, that's how we will look at others. We'll relate to others naturally like that. But let's say we've taken sorrow from someone.
What do you feel when you are listening?
What did you feel as you were listening to Daddy? Speak up.
That must be practiced now also.
So as you're listening to Daddy, are you practicing what she's saying?
बाबा ने अभी हमको, देखो वंडर है, कोई भी आत्मा की नॉलेज को स्पष्ट नहीं कर सकता है.
You know, it's a wonder because nobody has been able to clarify the knowledge of the soul.
परमात्मा ही हमें स्वयं का भी और आत्मा को इतना स्पष्ट रीति से समझा.
Has been able to explain so clearly about himself and about us, the soul.
तो उस बात को समझने के लिए, क्योंकि बाबा कहते हैं मेरे पास वही आत्माएं आएंगी जो पहले वाली हैं.
And so Baba has often said that the souls that will come to me are the souls that were with me originally.
तो आप समझो हम बाबा की वो आत्माएं हैं, हमें इसको जरूर समझना है.
And so when you consider yourselves to be those original souls, then we definitely have to understand this aspect deeply.
हमने अनुभव, हमारा ही अनुभव बाबा हमें बता रहे हैं, तो हम अभी ये अनुभव जरूर करें.
If Baba is telling me what is my experience, then I definitely have to sit down and experience it.
So पहले तो ये निश्चय अपने में.
So first you need to create this faith in the self.
और वो निश्चय मुझे करना है, यानी मुझे ये अनुभव होना ही है.
That I have to have this experience.
चरित्र का होगा उत्थान, मानव होगा देव समान, विश्व लेगा तुझे पहचान, जग में होगी तेरी शान. ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें, ज्ञान सागर की मीठी बूंदें, विश्व पर
Om Shanti. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form. This spirit combined with that supreme spirit. Constantly have the awareness, I, this soul, this spirit, am combined with that supreme spirit. The supreme spirit cannot stay without myself, this spirit, and I cannot be separated or stay without the supreme spirit. By experiencing the Lord to be present with you at every second in this way, you will remain imperishable with your constant spiritual fragrance. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 17. Remain constantly victorious with the awareness of the combined form. Today's topic, this spirit combined with that supreme spirit, Ruhu. So now we will listen to Mohini Didi, and then today we have very, very special guest, actually Angel, part of our Vikti Parivar with us live. So we'll be having special chit chat today. So now let's listen to Didi first.
Om Shanti. What Daddy Ratan Mohini is aware, making us aware that no one can give knowledge of the soul. Even the word soul is used very commonly, but there are different concepts like soul is immune and doesn't matter what you eat, what you do. Soul is ever pure, which also believe. But say the soul is impure, then becomes pure. A lot of people say, please don't touch soul. And then when we explain that mind and intellect is the part of the soul, they say no, mind is not part of the soul. We know that soul is light and might, but what is making the soul function is mind, intellect, right? And then there are sanskars. So they say no, sanskars are connected with body. No, because when we say jivatma, soul in the body, so when there is just soul, mind doesn't work, right? Intellect doesn't work. But when soul is in the body, then thoughts work. So it's really, these days we don't talk about details of the soul. But I know when I came in Gyan, because there was so much emphasis on soul consciousness, and even now Baba wants us to be in soul conscious. So what Ratan Mohini Dadi had been explaining since few days is very, very subtle, very important, and we should really listen carefully. So I always emphasize that we should listen to classes of Dadis. Even Dadi Chandramani recently we heard gives so many good points, because when they all came in Gyan, they went into a lot of depth of knowledge, depth of yoga, and now is okay. It's not really that much attention on the studies. So homework for today is that Baba is using the word ruhu, and they translating it to the spirit. But actually, soul word is much better, because sometimes when we use the word spirit, people take it differently. So constantly have the awareness that I, this soul, this spirit, I am combined with that supreme spirit. The supreme spirit cannot stay without myself, the spirit, and I cannot be seated or stay away from the supreme spirit. By experiencing the Lord to be present. Just imagine someone around you always saying yes. How you feel about it. And that also supreme. Lord, to be present with you at every second in this way. When you have that awareness, you will remain imperishable with your constant spiritual fragrance. What is that fragrance? Fragrance of love, fragrance of peace, all qualities. Because the presence of person is actually through qualities, right? This person is very loving, this person is very kind, very generous, has broad intellect. The fragrances of our specialities, our qualities, right? So we will do this homework today and feel Baba's presence. Baba don't come, Baba hadn't been coming, but Baba is present, right? So let us put that in experience that someone who says yes is always present around us. Om Shanti.
और मैंने बहुत सुना था कि ब्रह्मा कुमारी योग और ध्यान के माध्यम से समग्र विश्व में हर मानव के अंदर शांति और साधना का एक दीप प्रज्वलित करने का काम कर रहे हैं। मगर जब मैं ये संस्थान में आया, मैंने कुछ ना सुना था ना कुछ किया था, परंतु मन को अगाध शांति का अनुभव यहां पर आकर हुआ है। यह अनेक वर्षों से हर व्यक्ति के अंदर पड़ी हुई सद्वृत्ति को जागरूक करने का जो प्रयास हो रहा है, इसी के तपोबल से एक अद्भुत शांति का वातावरण इस परिसर में कम से कम मैंने तो महसूस किया है। स्थापना की गई और आज मुझे इस बात का विशेष आनंद है कि वर्षों से हम भारत के लोग मां के अंदर देवी का वास देखते हैं। इस संस्था में वर्षों से उसको चलाने में मातृशक्ति का अहम रोल रहा है। वो हम सब के लिए गौरव और अभिमान का विषय है। कार्यकर्ताओं का, सभी दीदियों का मन पूर्वक प्रणाम कर कर अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूं।
अब क्या है कि जो भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होती है, जो भी संघर्ष होता है, तो यूनाइटेड नेशंस का कहना है कि वॉर्स आर बॉर्न इन द माइंड्स ऑफ द पीपल। तो हम लोग कहते हैं कि पीस ऑल्सो हैज टू बी बॉर्न इन द माइंड्स ऑफ द पीपल। क्योंकि अगर अपने ही मन में शांति नहीं है, फिर चाहे उसके लिए हम विश्व शांति की कॉन्फ्रेंसेस कर लें, सम्मेलन कर लें, तो एक जब हम यूनाइटेड नेशंस के मेंबर बने 81 में, अब तो हमारे पास कई तरह के स्टेटस हैं वहाँ पर कंसल्टेटिव। तो जब हम पीस की बात करते थे तो वो कहते हैं हम एग्री तो करते हैं लेकिन बहुत लंबा प्रोसेस है। तो अंदर में जो विश्वास होना चाहिए वो नहीं है कि कभी हम दुनिया में शांति थी और अब हो सकती है। और जो ये सेल्फ ट्रस्ट है वो बिना मेडिटेशन के, एकाग्रता के नहीं आ सकता है। तो मैं आप सबको ये बताना चाहती थी कि इस वर्ष के लिए हमारा ये टॉपिक है और हम लोग देश विदेश में इसी पर ही सारे प्रोग्राम्स करेंगे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जनता तक मेडिटेशन का प्रयोग करेंगे और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि सभी के अंदर एकता की और विश्वास की भावनाएं बढ़ती जाएंगी।
Om Shanti. Good morning, Pratap Bhai.
Om Shanti.
Om
Good morning, Didi, and good morning, Avyakti Parivar. Well, I'm so happy. All across, I've been on the other side of the screen, but today I am in the limelight with you all in live. I normally listen to YouTube because sometimes the times don't suit, but it has been always a pleasure to be listening to the Avyakti Parivar and Didi's original thinking. Sometimes I wonder, Didi is able to bring out points so well, and it really touches your heart, and then it gives you the inspiration to follow that particular thought and experience that. And I know what kind of effort must be going in doing it constantly for so many years together, 5 years. It's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, Shirin Ben has something to say, right?
I just wanted to share something about the video that was shared, but also I have a couple of questions for Pratap Bhai. The video that was just shared was with the Home Minister of India, Amit Shah. And he especially came to Shantivan yesterday to pay respects to Dadi Ratan Mohini Ji and also give congratulations to Mohini Didi. And also, there was a 25th anniversary of the Security Wing of India. And so, as part of the Security Wing of India, top level Air Force, Navy, and Army people were present in Shantivan. So, congratulations to all of us for making this happen. And I loved also what Didi was sharing about that peace has to be born in the minds of everyone. I wanted to ask you, Pratap Bhai. So I heard you never miss a day. You listen every day.
Yes, definitely. Even when I'm traveling, I do find time to listen on the YouTube because live is sometimes becomes difficult because it's so nourishing and nurturing. You listen to everything so carefully and with good intention so that it gives you daily churning for the whole day.
And so, over the years, what have you felt like any kind of progression you felt in your own efforts because of listening to Avyakti Parivar?
It has been a good sustenance, and with sustenance, you feel strong. And since we are in the practical world, we live, we work together. And when you work together with Brahmin family, it's a good experience that you move fast, you move at a steady pace, and it's always a blessing. And then one thing which I have liked the most is, the first sentence which Didi always asks is everyone well? Is everyone okay? That looks you that someone is looking after you, caring about you.
Right, right. So I was wondering, what changes have you noticed in Didi over the years from day one to, let's say, now?
Well, you can always judge and you can always check your own self. Sometimes, you don't get baffled by the big things, but, minor repetitive hassles, which, sometimes irritate you or disturb you, they are gone now. So you can feel that you are improving, you are on a path of progress.
She's asking what changes you see in me.
Indeed.
That's what she does.
Well, I would not judge. Didi has always been like this. I've known Didi for several years before even she left for abroad. I was sharing with her when I was a medical student. I used to visit the South Extension Center and I did go there unannounced. No one knew me there, but then I was welcomed with so much love. I remember those days, and thereafter I was in touch. And I knew Didi less, but Gopal Dada was there, so I was more kind of close to him. We used to talk to him on regular basis.
So,
And Didi has been marvelous always. She's been
right.
so
But you
graceful.
didn't notice any difference between, let's say, 5 years ago to now?
Well, it's difficult for me to say anything like that.
How about you? You were talking about yourself, that you were noticing that you're not getting annoyed with little things.
No, but then that's what you feel. That is what the learning is. Why, sometimes people say that why do you have to attend daily class or daily meditation? Because we know we live in an outside world which is not so pure, which is challenging. The world throws out so many things to you that you feel you need to be stable. And then, the practical experience is that the day you came, I moved to Madhuban, you feel that you are on the world stage and everyone is looking at you. So you have to be very careful.
I noticed in the bulletin that was sent out from Madhaban that not only Didi got her new role, but you have a new position too. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't feel there's any change. We're doing the same thing. Whatever is, basic
No
thing
more
is
meetings?
uh, about meetings.
I said, do you have to attend some more meetings? That's the only change.
Well, that I've been doing for several years now. But then, it's, I feel every opportunity which is thrown to you is a kind of learning experience. So I always, when I listen, we have lived with dadis and seniors, and it has been, such a fortune that you feel that when you are close to them, you pick up so many good things. You feel how they have progressed in their life. And I feel, the kind of love and affection they give you unconditionally. Even in the meetings, I sometimes hardly speak.
Okay. So, what does it mean? Like, what is your role entail? I could
I
never
really,
understand all of the, the titles. So
titles,
like I'm
the
trying to
title,
decipher the titles.
uh, when they were selecting three additional secretary generals, I did ask Bridgman Bhai, what is the need to have three people of the same title? But then he had reasons. He said, well, let me do it. So it's okay. Whatever responsibility the yajna gives, we have to fulfill it with an honest heart. And I feel the biggest thing is that you feel that you are faithful to the yajna. That's why the yajna has given you this responsibility.
Can I
Yes.
say something? Dr. Pratap is very well respected, not because of whatever role he has medically, but people go for advice or because, I think medical people also understand the human nature and little bit about their minds and all that. So everywhere, whenever there is a problem, they will call him because he very calmly explains them, talk to them, and so he is very well respected in that way. And everyone calls him for different consultations and all that. That's something very special.
So Pratap Bhaiji, I heard you will be chit-chatting with Mohini Didi now. So it's your turn now to ask Mohini Didi
Thank
questions.
you. Thank you. Uh, Didi, I know questions, Baba says the questions should be given a full stop, but sometimes we ask questions to put a full stop also. When something is going on in your mind, you ask a question and then it gives you kind of full stop. When yesterday Dadi Ratan Mohini was explaining about the difference between the open-eyed meditation and closed-eyed meditation. When you are practicing, sometimes when you are practicing with open-eyed, the outside distractions disturb and you naturally close your eyes. I feel sometimes closing eyes is good because then you are able to maintain your continuity. But well, since we are in the day-to-day life, and Baba also says, while seeing you shouldn't see, while listening you shouldn't listen. So what should be the inference that when we are in this world, we have to be with open-eyed, but how we practice it, we don't see anything while we are seeing.
No, one is to sit in meditation with closed eyes. That shouldn't happen. But sometimes what I find that I want to absorb it more, like I want to really take it more. So close the eyes so that you are kind of shut off from everything. So we should meditate with open eye, but sometimes reflections, insights, realizations, or as I said, absorbing something, all that happens. And if your eyes get closed, it's all right. This is what I feel. But not meditate with closed eyes. Because Brahma Baba never sat with closed eyes. And it's not your shutting off, but also, and I want to be just with my own self. And that's only possible when you close eyes. Otherwise, you are always with people, saying things. So, in a way, we just absorb, reflect, and eyes gets closed. So, I that's how I understand.
Baba always has been emphasizing that waste thoughts is a big challenge. So when you close eyes, probably the waste thoughts also go away.
I don't think so, because actually, whenever you have wasteful thoughts, you should open eyes wider and try to kind of understand. But one good point which Tadi Gulzar recently shared, that immediately start churning knowledge. Because when there is a saying, even we are so busy, but we are not mentally engaged. There is a saying that idle mind is devil's workshop. So I always say that ideal mind is God's workshop. So if I have aim, I am churning knowledge. So is God with me? I am in workshop with God, not with devil. So replacement of the thoughts, sublimation of the thoughts, is as soon as you find now waste thoughts coming, immediately change them and start churning the knowledge. And it's not necessary that closing eyes will help you. It depends, but I don't see, I sometimes find they could increase. So churning of knowledge is the best way. Change your thoughts, replace your thoughts with knowledge.
Yesterday Baba said that instead of becoming stick for the blind, you get blinded themselves, they get blinded. But I feel sometimes, the pressure or the load in your mind is so much that you feel like nothing is clear to you.
But that's another thing gradually we have to do, is not to take that load, because sometimes we want to do, sometimes we are asked to do, sometimes we have ambition also. And I remember there was a time I used to keep traveling, 7 months of the year. Then I realized, of course, there is need, there is invitation, but I will check, is it also I'm ambitious to say, oh, that I can travel 7 months. So combination of all three. So if we analyze and say, internally, never take load, pressure, tension, and I had been using word anxiety. We always say United States of anxiety in the sense of the way they go fast, speak fast, everything fast. So it's like anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety. So we have to pay attention, not let that happen to our minds, because it will affect power to discern, it will affect concentration, so we don't take load on our mind, and see how you could minimize that, even if we are doing lot, but not take load in the mind.
We are very fortunate, but the word which is every time said to us, you have to be constantly happy, constantly soul conscious, constantly doing that. Does it not put a challenge to you?
I think this actually means natural. It should become natural. Like there is a habit. Then you don't know, you just keep doing it. So unless it becomes natural, you have to keep putting in effort. So how to make like loving nature all the time, peaceful nature all the time. So I think it's more to make everything natural. So time comes, you don't have to make effort.
So how do we really get the fulfillment, whatever we are doing, whether seva or whether your personal effort, how does the fulfillment comes? When do you know that you are full?
I think when there is something what we call altruistic, selfless, But majority of the people have everything they do, there is self-interest, in charge, control, I am the one, I know everything, all these kinds of lot of very kind of arrogance which comes. But I feel that Baba's Yagya, and kind of, one of the nature which could help us is inclusiveness. Let everyone feel they are part of us. Let everyone, not that I am the one, I am like supreme, and all others, they don't know. So every time they speak as if we are ignorant, right? So all this kind of thing doesn't give you fulfillment. Duty is all right. Professionally, you could be very good. But as a person, I think there is something which doesn't bring happiness or joy or lightness. So I think, as you said, personal fulfillment comes love for Baba, love for Yagya, and make everyone feel belong to us as a family is
Thank
very
you, Didi.
important.
This is wonderful. It's very, it's very true that, and it really inspires us, and how we would be feel good about our own self. It's very important that we feel fulfilled only when we are altruistic, as you rightly said.
Baba has fulfilled all our desires, so we don't have any desire.
Well, desires are there. You need to do something. You need to push yourself.
Yeah, good wishes are there always. So we
Thank you.
have to be. Also,
Sorry.
Baba's direction is to be carefree, right? So if we have take load, then we can't be carefree. Everything gets done. When I sleep in the night, there is a lot to do. And I said, drama still goes on even if I am sleeping. Baba is still there. So lot is done night time. Then you wake up, you don't start thinking about last night. There is something different. Energy is different. So sometimes we have to make ourselves free from doing. And that is night time, right? But there are some, they are still concerned, continue whole night, then they wake up with same thought. And we have to wake up with Baba's remembrance. It's very, very important. Right? So anyway, I think that it's a special effort Brother Pratap made to come from up the mountain early morning. Brother Umesh inspired because we said, please come once live. We're not here many days, so we appreciate your coming from the mountain.
Thank you. Thanks to Umesh.
Thank you very much.
For those of you who don't know Dr. Pratap Bhai, he is, Dr. Pratap Mida is the director of Global Hospital in Mount Abu. And he is a wonderful, humble instrument for Baba and the new additional Secretary General of the Brahma Kumaris. So thank you so much for coming and sharing. I loved your questions. They were very insightful. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Shireen Ben.
Thank you, Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So now tomorrow is Friday and our schedule from Amrit Vela, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening, 5 to 5:15 p.m. Avakti Children Mulay class, 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. Now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
ये चमकीली दुनिया अनोखा जहान, ये चमकीली दुनिया अनोखा जहान है, जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। ये चमकीली दुनिया अनोखा जहान है, जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। ओ आया है मन यहाँ भर के उड़ान, है जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। ये चमकीली दुनिया अनोखा जहान है, जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। यहाँ संग में तेरे मैं नुक्ताए नूर, यहाँ संग में तेरे मैं नुक्ताए नूर। वतन से तुम्हारे न जाना है दूर, हो रहा है अनुभव तेजस्वमान, ये चमकीली दुनिया अनोखा जहान है, जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। ओ आया है मन यहाँ भर के उड़ान, है जादू की नगरी तेरा आसमान। सब रूहें यहाँ पर
ओम शांति।
Om
ओम
Shanti.
शांति।